Okay, so we're recording this session because we're not unable to go streaming. So, yeah, oh well, never mind. Something I have to look into. Anyway, guys, this video will be on later on tomorrow. So you can actually see it. So anyway, how are we all doing? Hope you're all well, and thanks for joining me. I've basically been chilling out on the pool and doing some stuff around the old garden. And if you've been following me, you'll probably see what's been going on. And also jumping in the hot tub quite a bit. A little bit of an addition to my studio. I've now got a third camera, and it's basically sitting over there on this lamp facing this keyboard. So we'll give you a bit of an image of what this one looks like. It's quite a good one actually. So I go here. There, look at that. Hey? So people can see now that this keyboard's got loads and loads of buttons. And basically I just hum it in my head and basically work it from there. So yeah, we've got 3 cameras now. So if I go to here, I've got this one, I've got this one, and now I've got that one. So just a normal Logitech, and it's sitting on the side of my, well, I suppose you call it a magnifying lighter thing, lights it up. Okay, it's this little thing here, like, and you can see that just here. Yeah, there it is. Oh God, orange and pineapple, gorgeous. I had some a different drink last night. That was nice. I was watching this the live. I don't know, 1990 or something, or 1980 actually, or 1980. Of course it was with my first wife. 1980. Yeah, and it was Live Aid when they did Live Aid, 1988. 88, yeah, because 89, someone left me. 88. So, 40 years ago. Wow, amazing. So what do you make of that, eh? Anyway, it was good. I've been watching it, the live stream. They did it actually as it was the day. They didn't cut out anything. They just did it all the way through. I think it's still going now. It's in America or something. But thought if I don't get this done, it's going to be the daylight before we get going. It's now 1:15 in the morning. So what I did is, while I was watching it, obviously, I recorded some bits and bobs. Hang on, the light's not on. I thought it would be dark in here. Let me just pop a light on. I've got my little stall here. Now, to get this light on this camera, all you have to do is touch it on the side 3 times. Where are you? 2, 3, there you go. So it's got its own built-in light, which is kind of cool. It's the only one actually that's got the built-in light. That's the one, this one, no, it's not that one. It is this one. And it lights up all this area, as you can see. Or does it? Looks like it's just took a photo. That's interesting. It's supposed to be a video, that actually. How strange. How strange. Yes, that's definitely just took a photo. That's not, because I'm putting my hand in front of the keyboard and there's nothing there. Okay, that's interesting. So maybe if we did it this way, let's have a look. No, that's still got. Oh, okay. That's interesting. Let's see, take that one off, put that one on. Can't. Oh, that's definitely videoing. Yeah, that's live. That's live stream. There's a hand. Oh, what the hell's happened to that one? And let's put that camera on. Right, so that's me on my normal one. Take that one off, put this one on. This is interesting because it looks like it's not going. It's just took the photo, or basically showing an image of a photo, but not showing anything else. How strange. So keyboards. Just going through all the images here. So that's the keyboard one. Let's double click on that. Double click on there. Well, sometimes what you can do is jump from one camera to the other. So I'm just going to jump this camera here. You probably might see it, you probably won't actually, because thinking about it, it's not on a virtual camera. So just bear with us. So that's taken. Come on. It is playing about tonight. Very strange. Okay, take that one off. Right, we got this picture. We got the new camera. And we haven't got the keyboards. We've lost the keyboards. What's going on here? Come on. Deactivate, inactivate, video activation, video non-activation, custom, default. That's not picking up very well at all. It's like we're down to 2 cameras tonight then. Because this camera's not having it. Hang on, let's see if I can. So I've got this one going. Take that one off. Take that one off. No, there's nothing off that one. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bin that one. I'm going to bin the keyboard camera, and what I'm going to do is start a new source. I'm going to set it for, I'm going to ask it for a new source. I'm going to add a brand new source. I'm going to explain, that's going to write that video keyboards. Keyboard camera. K-E-Y. Keyboard camera. Or cam. Keyboard cam. There you go. Right, so I'm at the source. Let's see if we can find it. So this is on. Oh shit, found the wrong one. No. On the keyboard cam, which is the Tekken. Oh, you all can look it. Come on. No camera? No. Oh, we are having some fun. Okay, we'll get rid of that one then, because I don't really want 3 or 4 bloody cameras. I know, that's the Tekken. I know that one works, so I'm going to leave that one alone. This one should be working. Lights on anyway. Come on. Activate, deactivate, activate. Okay, that's interesting. So we haven't got a camera working on the keyboard side now for some reason. So I've gained one camera and lost another camera. It happens sometimes. It happens sometimes. So I've got this one, which is the new camera looking at the keyboard. I'm just going to put that there for now. I want to put it probably a bit further back actually. and I've still got this one. This is where the new camera is, and then the other one was, it's going to go back there somewhere, so it gets an image of me playing that one. So we're just trying it tonight, but for some reason now I got this image, I got that image, and normally I would have that image, which that basically is the keyboard cam from the Tekken, which is the one over the top that looks at the 3 keyboards. I'm going to take this out and pop it back in so it just sees if it can find it. So what I'm going to do now is take that one off, double click on that. Right, it's basically what it does, it tries to force it to find the camera by configuring the video a bit. So they're on default, so I can't do that with those. Okay. So let's, I don't know where to go with this at the moment, it's just not doing anything. No, it's not having it. So, okay, we are going to forget about the keyboards on top, and we just can't find them tonight. So I think it's just easy to do that. So the new key camera I've got is this one, which is be fine, and the new one will be this one, which is when I play this one. So please bear with me. I'll have the cameras going tomorrow. For some reason it's still not restreaming. So I don't quite know what's going on there. It's just confusing me. But I can video it, so that is the main thing. If I can video it, that's good going. At the moment I should be on live, but there's definitely no live ship there coming through. Yeah, no, it's no live coming through at all. Okay, right, well, what we'll do, we will carry on from here. Okay, well, what I can do is I can use the light from that camera, even if I can't use the camera. And that will light up the keyboard a little bit better for me, or the keyboards. We have to just go up there, tap that 3 times. I mean, brilliant camera, but for some reason, whether the computer don't like running 3 cameras, I don't know. At the same time, it could be that. It could be that. I'm just going to try one more thing. I'm just going to add a new source. See if I can find the camera. So I need to add a separate source. And let's see if we can find it. You are a Tekken camera, and you're not the UR. So are you gonna find it or not? Are we just gonna auto detect, auto capture, auto detect, auto detect, enable? Let's try that one. Auto detect again. No, nothing. Resolutions is spot on. I could change them. Let's just see if they work. No, not even forcing the actual resolutions to change is making it happen. Never mind. I shall have to carry on regardless then. So I've got my lights anyway. So I've got my lights shining on this keyboard here now. You won't be able to see the camera because for some reason the camera will not show it, which is a nuisance. I mean, it is showing now. if I took that camera off and moved that one, so take that camera off, take that camera off. Now this is the one that should be showing, and this is the one that's not showing. I'm going to delete that one. It's not worth having it if it's not going to work. Okay, so we got my new camera image, and I got my old camera image. So, okay, let's carry on here then. Right. Okay. Well, on the old Live back in the 80s, when they did Live Aid, was what I was looking at it today, and I was writing down some stuff of ones that I can learn and play, or ones I know, SOUNDCLOUD I can easily play. So let's get on with it then, shall we? As usual, we're just going to pick a rhythm and go from there. Sorry about that third camera. We have got the new camera working, but we haven't got. We've gone and lost the other camera. As I say, it might be just too much for it. Might be just too much. I don't know. That'll have to be tested out later. Okay, well, we've got some good stuff on here coming up. We've got Dire Straits, Walk of Life. We've got Dancing by the Pool, which was another one of his. Got Radio Gaga. We've got another one, Bites the Dust. Crazy Little Thing Called Love. The Who, Pinball Wizard, I'm going to give that a go. And Ozzy Osbourne, Paranoid, if I can remember how that goes. And then we got Rocket Man. So let's go for it, eh? Let's try something. So Walk of Life, that's an easy one, isn't it? It's going to be a nice 8-beat. I think I can run it off this one. That's not really the 8-beat I'm looking for. Let's look for the second one. No. Walk of Life basically is going to be a little bit of a, I don't think it's going to be a 16-beat. It's not going to be an 8-beat. No, it's not going to be an 8-beat. So let me go on to the second section. That would go quite well, wouldn't it? I'll take that up to 120. Needs to be quicker than that. Slow. Let's take it up a bit. That's better. Here we go. That beat's not really. Now let's try the next one. It's not really an 8-beat. It's more like a ballad, they are. Here we go. go, a little bit of Dire Straits there, and The Walk of Life. And this one's Twisting by the Pool. So what we have to do now is I have to make it a lot quicker. Instead of 120, we're going to go to about possibly 150. And we're going to bring in one of them. So I might start this one off in the middle. Twisting by the Pool. Yeah, Dire Straits one. So basically we got Walk of Life, which was a big one on the old live, wasn't it? Yeah. Band-Aid, let's say Band-Aid Live. And also they did the Twisting by the Pool, which is that one there. So, okay, we are moving on now to another band. This one is Queen, and I haven't done it on this keyboard, I don't think, but we're going to give it a go. This one is Radio Gaga. So now we got to find something that matches Radio Gaga. I think we're probably looking in the pop ballads here, or possibly it's more of a rock, but I don't think it would work. It might work. Let's have a try on this one. Well, that's more like the second one they did. I could slow this down a bit. That's got a nice synthesized sound in there. Let's bring that down a bit more. shuffle, isn't it? So let's go and have a quick look at that one, see where we're going wrong on that one. Oh, I like that. That's a nice pad with the piano there, but it's not quick enough. So we've got to bring that one a bit quicker. So that's the number they did on Band-Aid on the festival when they did it in the 80s. Radio Gaga. The other one they did was, I got another one, Bites the Dust, but I don't fancy doing that one. It's just a bit boring. We're going to do this one, a lot more livelier. And a lot quicker. Crazy Little Thing Called Love. That sounds better than Another One Bites the Dust. I mean, that was more popular in the 80s, but Another One Bites the Dust. But then, it's a bit boring now. That was a bit better, a bit more lively. I'd go to sleep with the other one. Okay, moving on. Okay, well, after the Radio Gaga and the Queen one, and the Crazy Little Thing Called Love, there was a band called The Who. Now then. Or was it The Who and Elton John? It was The Who and Elton John, I think it was actually, yeah. And they did a thing called Pinball Wizard. Now that's going to be fun. So what I've got to do is try and figure out what rhythm that came on from. That'd be a nice sound if I could pull it in, but I don't think so, because it's the wrong sort of rhythm altogether. It needs to be back into the beat of a, possibly that one. It's more like a bit of a pop though, isn't it? Whoa, Phil Collins job there. A lot quicker actually. It is, isn't it? Yeah. It's not really Pinball Wizard. Although you could actually do it on that one. You could actually do it. It's not the right rhythm, but I don't know, my ears would take that one. It's too bouncy. Since I was a young man, I joined the business. Yeah, it's more too modern-y, I think. Too modern-y. Yeah, it's got the bum 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 that puts it off really. Since I was a young man, played the Super Bowl. Yeah, it's not really going to go. It's too. You got to get it into the rock. Ever since I was a young man. Ever since I was young. Ever since I was a young man, I played the Super Bowl. That's got them bits. So from here you got to go from A. So you got to go from here. So you got to do. We're nearly there. goes. Pinball Wizard. Another one that was on there before they went to America. A bit of Ozzy Osbourne and Paranoid. Oh gosh. Now then, I can't remember how to do this one, or did I? Have I actually tried it? I know Paranoid. No, that's not Paranoid. It's Ace of Base, is it? No, I can't remember that. I'll have to remember that one. Try it sometime. But anyway, let's try the new camera, shall we? Let's try the new camera. Make sure it still works after all this lot. Oh, there it is. Look at that, eh? It's another Logitech, so it's pretty good. And this is me walking to the keyboard. And this is me sitting down to the keyboard. And this is me chilling. Got a nice fan on top of my head, whizzing around. And yeah, look at that, eh? It's a pretty good camera view, isn't it? Well, sort of. It'll do for now, put it that way. Okay, Rocket Man, this should be fun. You know, I've not tried that before. Rocket, rocket, rocket. It's more like a singy thing, and I think it's gonna be a long, long time. The parts I never ever Interesting. Okay, well, do one or two of the old 81s. I'm not happy with that one, so I'm not going to do it and make myself look a fool until I know exactly what I'm doing. So that's the rule of the game. If you don't know how to play it, don't play it, because the simple reason is you'll make yourself look stupid and you'll confuse yourself having a clue what the heck this is supposed to be. Oh god, that's cool, isn't it, eh? I can see myself over there now. Okay, here's one. A nice gentle one. Here we go. Snooker-loopy, always a good one, always asked for every time actually. Since we're in a bit of the old rolly ones, British one, yeah, let's go for this one. This is Roll at the Barrel. Just a normal, simple one there where we put one or two other old time songs together. These are the ones I usually do when my go in my care homes. There's a little bit of a cha-cha-cha, I think it is. This is Kiss Me. Yeah, so the good sort of variations on all sorts of things on here, but there's another one that's it's quite a good one, a nice little bit of leather. Goes a bit like this. Bit of James Last. So that's the old time songs that I normally do on there if I'm doing some carom stuff. Whoa. I wonder if that would fit. I'm just looking to see if this would fit. I know what it fits, but no, not that one. This one. But what I'm going to try and do is something different. That is a normal Bon Jovi thing. That's the one I use for the Bon Jovi one. But what I'm going to try and do is Paint It Black by the Rolling Stones. I'm going to give it a go anyway. Go. And as I say, that fitted quite well then. So there's a bit of Rolling Stones there, Paint It Black. That went quite nicely with that beat. And here's another of that funny one I was talking about, Rocket. I called it Rocket. I don't know why I called it Rocket, but this one is Elton John. And I called this one Rocket, which is weird. bit of fade out there, as they used to do back in the days. I'm still standing. I love it, absolutely love it. So yeah, that's a bit of Elton John there. I'm still standing. Amazing bit of keyboard, this one. This one is a 30-year-old. Some brilliant effects, absolutely. And you press that back to reset, and that puts it back to reset again. Backs it back, fix it back in the middle. Yeah, that's right, spot on. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it. It's been an interesting one. And it's a recording one again, as you have realised. For some reason we are not able to get back onto the Facebook. I don't know what's playing up. It's saying it's live, it's saying it's recording to Facebook, but I know it's not recording to Facebook because the simple reason is I monitor it on the phone and there's nothing going through. So what I normally do is there is an option on here that you can actually press record, and then I record it, and then I play it back on YouTube and link it all around to all the actual websites from there. Bit of a rare way of going about it, but it seems to work, so we do it that way. Anyway, this is a bit of white, a shade of pale. Okay guys, coming to the end again. This is the song I always play at any of my gigs or any of my normal ones. It's basically saying thank you for the music. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you soon. There you go. Simple as that, and quite a good camera, I must admit. It's done a good job there. Only problem is it's knocked out the other camera, so yeah, so we're still down to 2 cameras at the moment, but we have got 3 cameras connected. Some more playing about, I see, but there you go, we're back again. So we've got this one, that one, and the other one, but we can't get that other one. Now we've gone back to this one, we can't get this one to work. And funny enough, we can't get the streaming to work. So it's a good thing really that I've got this this backup where I can actually record onto the hard drive through the cameras, through Streamlabs again, through all the actual sounds, going through all the mixers and all that. So you get a nice clear sound, and I can talk to you just normal. But very strange. Why putting 2 cameras in and then it knocks out another camera? I shall have to investigate, see what's going on there. Anyway guys, thank you very much for joining me. I hope you enjoy the music. This will be recorded, put on YouTube, and spread out tomorrow. So take care. I'll see you soon.